Good morning. As the supervisor for the Fairfield District, I would like to welcome everyone once again to the Henrico County Sports and Events Center. Can we give a hand for that? If it has not been apparent, this is one of the busiest spots in our county. Congratulations on successfully navigating the maze of construction that surrounds us. A few months ago, we were here to celebrate the start of site work on a pair of hotels and restaurants. These businesses, like the Sports and Events Center, will soon make this corner of Glen Allen an even better place to visit for athletes, coaches, families, and others from up and down the East Coast. And as we know, visitation from tourism and sports tourism has a direct and positive impact not only on our county's budget, but also our community's quality of life. Like this spot, the entire Virginia Center Commons area is being transformed with new restaurants, other businesses, and hundreds of apartments, townhouses, and condominiums. It's the same story up and down the Brook Road corridor. Just last week, our Economic Development Authority announced a public-private partnership that will improve the Crossings Golf Club to championship standards. This will be another feather in our sports tourism cap because we'll be bringing world-class golf to this area. For our residents, visitors, and perhaps even the PGA Tour, if you consider the Dominion Energy Charity Classic, an event like this carries an economic impact of about $34 million. There's more. The Fall Line Trail is under construction and will extend through this area, providing bicyclists and pedestrians with better connectivity and recreational opportunities. And if you hop across Interstate 95 and head south, you've got the planned Green City development and its 17,000-seat arena. Everywhere you look, there's something great that's happening not only in the Fairfield District, but also in Henrico County. To be clear, none of this would be possible without strong partners. And that brings us to today and our guest of honor, Mr. Jack Berry. For more than 3 decades, Jack has fiercely and tirelessly promoted tourism and visitation to Henrico and throughout the region. As the longtime president of Richmond Region Tourism, he's been integral in our success. In 2022, tourism accounted for $1.7 billion in spending in Henrico. Keep in mind, that was before we opened the Sports and Events Center. Our total was the highest in the region and 5th highest in Virginia. Jack has helped Henrico County put us on the map and shown us the way. Years before we built the Sports and Events Center, he was filling downtown convention center with volleyball tournaments. And long before others did, he had a clarity of vision and recognized that was possible. At this time, I'd like to pass the program to Megan Hazzard of the Henrico Sports and Entertainment Authority. She's part of the team that has worked closely with Richmond Region Tourism. Can we welcome her to the mic this morning?
Thank you, Reverend Cooper. Today, we are here to honor and celebrate Jack Berry's remarkable 30-year journey with Richmond Region Tourism. Jack's visionary leadership has not only shaped our region's tourism landscape, but has also been pivotal in fostering impactful relationships and partnerships that elevate our community's sporting events. Under Jack's guidance, Richmond has become a beacon for sports excellence and community engagement. Well before sports tourism was a brand or even considered a segment of tourism industry, Jack and his team were on the leading edge. For many of you here, think back to the CAA. I know Tom Yeager's here. So think back to CAA, CIAA, or the MEAC basketball tournaments that were hosted downtown at the Coliseum, the NCAA Final Four women's volleyball, college soccer, USA fencing, just to name a few of the many contributions Jack has had. The foundation you built is strong and instrumental in successful collaborations that are happening right here, right now at the Henrico Sports and Events Center. This all started under your leadership, which now extends to including the Atlantic 10 Women's Basketball Championship, the National Wheelchair Basketball Association and Championship in partnership with Sportable, the National Futsal Training Camp, where we had over 400 athletes from across the country and coaches from Spain, the American Cornhole League Pro and Amateur Series events, Virginia State Cubing, and so much more. Jack's dedication to promoting our vibrant sport culture is invaluable, supports invaluable initiatives like the Sports and Events Center. It's left a huge mark on our community. His passion and commitment have not only brought world-class events to our doorstep, but has also strengthened the fabric of our community. I personally have known Jack for over 17 years, which seems crazy, and he's always been a tremendous supporter of mine. I'm so happy to stand up here and help recognize his contributions to our region and specifically Henrico County. As we celebrate Jack Berry today, we also reflect on the lasting impact of his leadership and look forward to continuing his legacy of excellence and regional collaboration in the years to come. Thank you, Jack, for 30 years of visionary leadership and unwavering support. Next, I'll have Dan Schmitt come up.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm going to story tell just a little bit before we bring Jack up. I've asked this question of other business leaders over the last several decades, and it's a question that I'm asked more often than not, and it's this. After many years in business, or after many years in your role, after the early years, the growth years, after you truly find your stride, what is it that is your purpose, and what goal motivates you after all that time? And it's the easiest question that I still get. It's impact. It's having positive impact upon the lives of other people. Well, let me share something about my friend Jack Berry. And recently, I know all of us here have had plenty of stories shared about Jack Berry as he's navigated through his retirement, his recent induction in the Junior Achievement Business Hall of Fame. But throughout all those celebrations, Jack, there's been one thing stuck in my head that I'm happy to share here today, and that is the positive impact that you've had upon others. It occurred to me during those celebrations that each of us has goals as we progress through our personal life, impact upon our family. We have goals on our professional life, impact upon those which we work with. Here's some impact that Jack has left in his wake. Visitors, clearly the easiest one. Folks who visit our region. Jack has impacted them for more than 3 decades, building a region that people want to visit and people want to come back to. Our regional residents. You know, when Jack took over a few years ago, the convention center and then MRCVB, I would say local love was low. And Jack made this place, this region, a place that people wanted to celebrate and bring their families and friends to and invite others to come visit. I've seen Jack have impact on hotel operators as we stand right in front of 2 more hotels coming to our region. Jack brags all the time about our 20,000 plus hotel rooms in this region and how full they are on NASCAR weekends and GF Cup weekends and Henrico Sports Events Center weekends. The impact he's had on how those hotel operators operate and the growth of hotel and occupancy in our region is monumental. The impact he's had on nonprofit leaders like Venture Richmond and sports backers and how they bring events and attract people to our region will be everlasting. The impact he's had on business owners like myself and other business owners on his board, business owners in town, too many to name. The impact he's had on jurisdictional leaders. The words I hear when I ask jurisdictional leaders and county administrators and city administrators is trusted ally, confidant, reliable. And the impact you've had on elected officials, Jack, promoting true regional partnership. How about the impact on other DMO leaders, the leader of Louisville, the leaders across the nation who have had your impact placed upon them, one leader right here in RVA. Even interns, Jack, yes, you've had impact on interns. You know, 29 years ago, there was an intern who was told to deliver a package across the plaza to the leader of the MRCVB. 29 years ago, that intern had absolutely no idea what the MRCVB was, what it stood for, and quite admittedly, didn't know where it was. It was a 4-minute delivery that took 25 minutes for that intern to find. I found it upstairs in the 6th Street Marketplace. Every time there was a question about a convention or bringing a tournament to town, that intern heard someone say, "Will somebody just call Jack Berry and get him over here so we can ask him?" That same intern saw that leader as the first one to raise their hand when the Coliseum caught fire and nearly burned down in January of 1997 when he opened up the Richmond Center for an office for months. Well, 29 years later, that intern stands before you, thanking you for the profound impact. Thank you. You know, folks, we talk about all the time the Henrico Way and what it means. Well, I will tell you the Jack Berry Way is strikingly similar in so many ways. Service before self, people over process. The right way is the only way, and this one is my favorite, Jack, that the ends never justify the means to Jack. However, the means always justify the end to him. Forever signage is supposed to be left and honor forever impact makers. And that is precisely, my friends, what is happening here today. As we honor Jack Berry Way, we honor Jack Berry and the way that Jack Berry has done things for decades. Thank you, sir. On behalf of the County of Henrico, I'm privileged to stand here in the Fairfield District with Roscoe Cooper, the hottest district in the county, I will admit right now, sir. Not just the heat of what's going on. I want to thank Mr. Rogish from our Tuckahoe District for being here, Mr. Nelson, Ms. Whitehead share their regrets. They are both in other events today. Jack, at this time, please, sir, head on over to that sign. I invite everyone to come view it. Then we're going to bring Jack back here to the podium for a few remarks. Thank you.
Well, good morning, and thank you for being here. And as Tom Yeager said, this is not the Memorial Jack Berry sign, so life is good. So, but thinking my remarks, all I can say is that I'm just grateful for my many, many families. I've got my family here represented with us today. I have the MRCVB family that was represented for 30 years as well. I have the Richmond Convention Center and the Greater Richmond Convention Center family represented here today. I have my new Henrico family represented here today. So, and everybody here has touched sports tourism in some facet, in the universities. And Tom Yeager, I mean, he is such a force in sports because a lot of those NCAAs were invitations from the universities and the CAA. And Dennis Bickmeyer and Megan and Reverend Cooper and Dan's remarks that just choked me up tremendously. I guess I'm so grateful for you all. But just that it's very appropriate to be here in Henrico because as Megan was going through that list, sports tourism is the envy of every jurisdiction in the country, but Henrico has been at the forefront for over 75 years. Showcased by sports tourism with NASCAR last weekend, which is over 75 years. And then, of course, the Jeff Cup, which is now almost 50 years on soccer. That was sports tourism in the day. And then Richmond Volleyball Club, and also just near Lakeside Avenue when Frank Taylor had the world's largest softball tournament coming every Memorial Day. So now with the hotels coming here, we drove by Glover Park coming here because there was a diversion on I-64, and Lynn goes, "Oh my God, there's Glover Park. Isn't that expanding?" And I said, "Yes, more fields, more baseball," and it's just keep investing into it. And then Dennis and Anthony and I had breakfast yesterday about the crossings, and the product gets better and better and better. So I could go on forever in the heat of the day, but all I can say, John Vitokas, thank you for everything. Thank you all. Thank you, Board of Supervisors. Thank you, building. It's the BIC. And so thank you all for being out here today, and all my family are represented here in some capacity. Thank you for being here. This is the most extreme honor to see this sign, and thank you.